welcome along to Accidental Heroes, episode 24. And episode 2 of the new camera setup. Yay!
Please comment and feedback.
If it's your first time and you enjoy the content, please follow. If you want to catch up on all the past episodes, they're on YouTube. Some of them are still on Twitch. We're still trying to push to get the YouTube subscription. So if you go to the YouTube site and subscribe to that, because eventually if you subscribe to that enough people subscribe to that, then we can get a custom URL. And that would be cool. But yeah, someone has a recap. You?
Claire has a recap.
Great. Claire has a recap.
Not only does someone has a recap. From afar, the heroes see a huge army approaching Overlook. It is an army from Freeport, led by Bothan the Lawhammer, alongside Sasha Pandasa and the Guild of Veritas Aquitus. After a brief moment of discussion, the heroes realize that the approaching army might arrive too late to rescue the city of Overlook. As they are nearer to the city, they decide that they should move ahead and try to save as many innocents as they can. And on a side note, Damal Dalil protested this and then decided just to go with everyone else. Upon reaching the gates of the city, they are faced with Dorkaraz the Troll and a swarm of his goblin minions. A magnificent battle ensues. Oliver leads the fight in his fiery elemental form, casting a radiant burning moonbeam across the troll. Urbag and Damal charge ahead to fight the goblins. Together with Damal's magical storm of daggers and Urbag's waves of thunder, they manage to kill the goblin swarm despite being surrounded by them. Aisha flies up into the air, attempting to rain her arrows upon the monsters beneath her, but is thwarted when the Snake Lord Kirkstimidaz appears in the air behind her and strikes with a flaming sword. Aisha manages to respond in kind by entangling Kirk's blade with her leather whip. Kirk's retinue of invisible Orthan devils appear around the other adventurers and begin to viciously attack them. The cursed, creepy dolls are also revealed to be under Kirk's control as he animates them and instructs them to begin stabbing at the heroes' defenseless backs. As the fight starts to turn against the heroes, Kirk points at Aisha and casts the deadly Finger of Death spell. However, Aisha manages to survive the painful fingering despite sustaining horrendous wounds. It is then that Bothan and Sasha, along with the army, charge in and save the adventurers from the Orthons. Rook manages to cut down the troll with a well-placed cleave through its jaw. With a terrible scream, Kirk's body rips apart and transforms into the monstrous avatar of Asmodeus. It is then that the dragon god Bahamut's holy radiance shone down upon the battlefield, casting a dome of light and healing all the heralds for their final confrontation. The voice of Bahamut resounded through their thoughts, filling them with courage and telling them that they must defeat the Devil King of Nine Hells at all costs. Rook raises his weapon and issues a challenging war cry, "Accidentally assemble!" And together the heroes stand defiantly against Asmodeus. They fight for their lives in a glorious battle of spell and blade, working as one to slice and burn through the Devil King. As things begin to look grim for the party, Asmodeus suddenly absorbs Rook into its body. And bloodied from numerous wounds, Urbag and Damal distract Asmodeus. In doing so, they create openings for Aisha and Oliver to successfully attack him. With a roar, Asmodeus unleashes a burst of dark energy, bringing hell on earth and turning the area into a terrible hellscape. Meanwhile, Rook finds himself inside a dark void. A single mirror floats before him, through which he can see his friends fighting for their lives. The path is clear. Invoking Bahamut's will to guide his hand, Rook smashes through the mirror, destroying Asmodeus' connection to the material plane. Fortunately, Rook is pulled safely back into the world as he lands with a flourishing somersault as the avatar of Asmodeus crumbles into black ash before everyone's eyes.
Da, da, da.
Exciting. I'm excited.
The aside, did you put that in? Or was
The Damal aside, yeah.
Yeah.
You put that in?
I ad-libbed it in the
Yeah.
middle because I was like,
But
and
everything else was in summary.
This is great.
I don't have to do shit.
Otherwise, Alex will be doing the summaries.
And who put you in charge?
Obsessed.
I did.
Well, I'm not listening, sorry.
And we rejoin the party, going into PvP.
PvP. My loot.
Well, welcome back to the final episode
Thanks, it's great to be here.
of the Tome of Secrets.
Secrets of Tome.
Secrets of the Tome. Words are hard. England is bad. We join the party as they hear cheers from the crowd.
Is it crowd?
Well, yeah, there's a whole
Soldier-
fucking
the
army.
army, the army
Right,
that
the
surrounds
armies.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Because you were trapped in the dome. The dome
Right,
is
yeah,
now
yeah.
dissipated. Cheers from the crowd surrounding you. And then they
Fantastic.
freeze.
What?
Everyone seems to be stationary, not moving at all.
Can we act?
You feel you can move.
I pull out my calligraphy set and draw on Sasha's face.
Wait, what?
I mean, nothing.
Everyone just froze, so you
Yeah.
So the first thing that you do is not why are all these people frozen, it's I'm going to
Well, no one will
something.
ever know except you guys.
Oh man, so many pockets to pick.
Yeah,
Jeez.
great.
Wait, can you even force the pockets open in this state? They're all frozen.
That's a good question.
Are their clothes frozen?
As you
I roll a
ponder,
perception.
perceive away.
I also roll perception. To see if I can pick their pockets. And see if everything is frozen.
Well, that would be more investigation.
Alright, fine.
But you can perceive what's happening around you.
Investigation. is
Sasha gets
see
a
what it is.
beard and a mustache while this is happening.
Is it a hello mustache?
It can be.
Oh, no,
24.
no, it can't. 19.
We'll say Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin.
It's the same thing.
No. You know, we won't bring the other name into this.
It's already been brought. It's too late.
So-
We've invoked it.
As you look around and Rook pulls out his calligrapher's kit to start defacing his party member who hasn't been with us for the adventure.
It's been over
As an
a
aside,
year.
Sasha is Shay's character.
Yeah.
That's why.
We haven't seen her in over a year. They're like a stranger to us now.
Yeah.
8 months. 8 months in game you have been adventuring.
8 months.
How much, how many actual months has it been?
13? No, 14. This is the 14th.
Yeah, it's
14,
more than
yeah.
a year. Yeah.
Wow.
We're bad people.
Well, no, there was just a lot of shit that happened in the middle.
Yes. At any rate,
Okay.
out in the distance you see falling from the sky some orbs.
Are they blue?
They are blue and they sparkle and twinkle.
Oh, pretty.
2 of them fall from the sky and another 2 move through the crowd. And a white one moves from the other side behind Rook. The white one starts to take form, shaped like a humanoid. And as it gets close to the edge of the rim, Jean steps forward.
Who?
John.
Oh.
Wait, so he was the orb?
He was one of
Oh,
the.
is he
He was
coming
he was
out of
he
the
was the
orb?
white orb.
Okay,
That, as it
okay.
got closer, turned into a humanoid shape,
Mm-hmm.
and as it got closer still, turned into John.
Okay.
And he walks into the
Oh,
party.
that's right, because he wasn't in the combat, right? Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
And while you notice him appearing, other forms come out of the other shapes. But these have more power. These have a level of divinity to them.
I'm sensing god figures. Yeah.
Are the birds coming from the soundscape, or are they outside?
The soundscape.
Oh, okay, great. Turn them up.
We have Aurora, Bahamut, Timot, and Seun walking out of the crowd towards you. What do? Timot's Sasha's god, which is the one that
It's the one that Shay
I say
made.
greetings
I-
or holy beings and like
I made up.
do this incredible wow.
Meanwhile, Rook is defacing one of
The
Timot's
chosen of
strongest
Timot. That's fine.
followers.
Like, she's not important right now.
Hey.
The chosen is Errant.
Yeah.
He is the
Well,
champion.
that's what
He
everyone
is,
believes.
He is the champion.
Champion of Timot.
Can
That is
John
a
be
lie.
like kind of like shoulder hugging, like this kind of like?
No, you arrive before them,
Oh,
so you get to the party, and then they come further behind.
Okay.
oh okay.
I bow with a flourish and say, "Welcome, divine beings."
John nods and acknowledges.
I was referring to the divine beings. Clearly
John
not
nods
Jean.
and acknowledges.
Not
your-
John. Just to be clear, it's not you. It's everyone else.
I ride just before them. Like they're right behind me.
I turn and cheekily wink at Timot before going back to defacing Sasha. I'm about 90% done by now, and I should be done soon, so
Yep.
Timot kind of knows that.
He's just like.
Anybody else do anything?
Who are you?
Divine
I
beings
just
walking
wave.
towards you. Okay. As they walk forward, they introduce themselves.
Well, that's very civil.
Well, they don't necessarily know that you know who they are, so they inform you of who they are.
Can John introduce them?
He can if he wants to.
Yeah, John would know at least two of them.
I know
Yeah.
Saloon.
And
yeah.
Bahamut, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've probably heard of the others, so you could introduce them to the party.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta remember the names though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I'm not rewinding the vlog.
I introduce the divine beings by name.
Yep. You have done so.
Ah,
Well, he can just do a religion
Yeah,
check. He'll know.
do-
Clever.
Yeah, it's
do
fine.
Like,
do
Yes.
a performance roll.
I mean, I can.
No.
do it just so we can laugh at you when you roll a 1.
Performance, you say?
Yes.
It'd be religion.
You'll be religion.
9.
9. With your 9, you are able to name them just on a first name, not their full title.
Yep. Good. Good.
Just barely enough. You kind of mispronounce a couple of them.
This is embarrassing.
The gods are mad at you.
A raw ride.
Salune.
Tamut.
Timut. This is Pumbaa. Wait. Sorry.
Wrong universe.
Wrong
Damn.
one.
Bahamut will step forward and say, "We have stopped time, so we could converse with the party, and thank you for all you have done."
Insane. Is this actually Asmodeus fucking with us?
See, this is where Deron's the seasoned
14.
D&D.
14. It's definitely Asmodeus. You believe you are in the presence of good
Divinity.
divinity.
Asmodeus is now an abbot of John.
Which one? The placemats? I haven't actually grabbed one. Probably crying real loud.
He
on the,
informs
mic.
you that he has helped as much as he could along the way, whether through providing aid directly or indirectly through people that you have met along the way. But says that it has been no small feat that you have managed to achieve what you have. There is no way we could have possibly got this outcome without your help.
I bow graciously.
I just, like, shrug. It's literally just what we do, so it's fine.
Because we're murder hobos.
Yeah, we accidentally do this.
Accidental murder hobos. Maybe we should change the stream to that. Not
No,
heroes,
no.
accidental. No, because it's purposeful murder hobos most of the time.
I wouldn't put murder in the stream title though.
No.
Oh, yeah, instant glitch ban.
Yeah.
But he does have to note that the sheer knowledge of this event
Mhm.
being brought into existence could cause trouble down the path.
Well, ask him who actually knows what happened.
Everybody that you've interacted with and told all the information to,
That's a
the
few
Overlook
people.
Council that you tried to convince,
yeah.
and everyone who was also in that room,
And your clerics.
all of the clerics
They suck, by the way.
Anybody who witnessed the events, he completely ignores you. So.
The council or the clerics?
The clerics.
Well, we actually kind of both. Council suck too.
So how do you propose we rectify that?
We have the power to remove knowledge of the God Crown from this plane of existence.
It might be flashing the whole world.
Well, not the whole world, just people that you interacted with and directly said God Crown. Or anything to do with God Crown.
We did a round trip on the pretty much the world map. So
I'm real keen to know what the rest of the sentence is.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, my uncle's in hell.
Oh yeah.
Chances you can do something about that? Think
There
about this.
is already a mission underway to rectify that situation.
Mad.
Good. He helped.
I was very tempted to sacrifice myself to save him, so I'm super happy at that.
Super mad. Great. Love your work. Leave you to your speech, sorry.
What we will do, not to take your victory from you, is leave you with the memories of what has happened, but outside of this group, when you try and tell anybody else what happened, the words will not come. You know, will not be able to form the stories or write the stories of what happened in regards to the God Crown.
Do we care, guys?
John asks, what are the repercussions if people know about the story of the God Crown?
If people know the power of the God Crown and what it can do, they can, through other means, find out what the material properties were of the items that were used to create it, and then manufacture not necessarily the same crown, but an item of equal power and similar effect,
I still have notes about the God Crown in my bag.
and have the gods come back to this plane, causing chaos, unrest, countless battles, pointless deaths of many, many people across the lands as people vie to get their god to control the realm.
So
Outside of this plane, your deeds will not be forgotten. The Astral Sea will know of your victory and the sacrifices you made along the way to achieve it. It will be written into a song and sung throughout the Astral Sea. You can attempt to write the song if you see thought towards it, Bard.
But our songwriter's over there.
I think John doesn't need
21.
21.
Jeez.
Well, Urbank needs fame and glory.
You write a pretty successful song over a period of time.
Sick.
Not right now, but over a period of time, you write a pretty successful song that they will use and sing throughout the lands of the Astral Sea. For those that were here, fighting in this great battle, they will believe that you slayed an evil warlock who was commanding an army of goblins, trolls, and other assorted beasts
So it's not.
to overtake
It's not
Overlook.
untrue.
That's not untrue, yeah, exactly.
Knowing what was going to befall Overlook and that it was going to be the site of the final combat, Aurori contacted their people in Freeport at the Great Library and got them to convince the army of Freeport to march here to make it in time. Thankfully, they arrived in the same hour you had. Otherwise, you may have also been slain in the combat
Oh shit.
to the hordes of goblins that were ensuing the city of Overlook.
Oh yeah, because Freeport's just like down the road.
It's down the road, but it's still like
A month away.
three weeks away.
Yeah, but like, it's not whatever the hell the top left corner says. Is that free ball?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Now I've lost one place.
Sorry.
So distracting, Daryl.
Well, he is allowed to interact.
No,
It's an
no,
interactive
he is not.
dungeon event.
To thank you for what you have done for this plane of existence, we would like to bestow some blessings upon you. We will offer you several choices, and you only get to choose one. I will provide you with the list for the stream as they get to know.
Oh man, now I get to choose again.
We
Just in
have
case.
Blessing of Fleetness of Foot. Your walking speed is increased by 10 feet permanently. Blessing of Void Sight. You gain dark vision for 60 feet and can see through magical darkness. If you already have dark vision, your range is increased by an additional 30 feet. Blessing of Wild Speech. You are always under the effect of Speak with Animals, so you can permanently communicate with animals.
It's pretty baller.
Torrin's Endurance. A protective power containing the perfect defense of Torrin, Champion of Bahamut. You can focus yourself to occasionally shrug off injury. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12, add your constitution modifier to the number rolled, and reduce the damage by that total. After using this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Formless Body. You create your own forms to become anyone you have seen before. During a long rest, you go into a cocoon-like state. In this form, you can prepare a new body for yourself. This body can be any size of a humanoid creature, but your stats will remain the same. So if it grows wings, you can't suddenly fly. It's
But
not
we
that
can grow.
broken.
But we grow wings.
But you can still grow wings.
Yeah.
You can spend a long rest to create a new form that you have encountered, or shift from a form you have already created or to your original form.
Long rest only.
Only at night, so only when you have your big sleeps.
Okay.
Grand Denial grants you the ability to say no and have it accepted without question. Bro, want to pass me your drink? No. Oh, okay. Divine Ward. Your AC increases by 1. The power of the gods' blessings flow through you and protect you against your enemies. Relentless Endurance. When you are reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you drop to 1 hit point instead. You can use this feature. You cannot use this feature again until you finish a long rest. Monster Tongues. When you speak, you can choose your words to be understood by all aberrations and monstrosities that know a language, even if you do not otherwise share a language with them. Similarly, you can understand any words spoken by any aberration or monstrosity, even if you don't understand the language being spoken. So basically, you speak with monster.
It's cool.
Quick Equip. As a bonus action, you can draw one handheld object, such as a wand or a longsword, into your hand, and you can do this even if the object is stowed in a container like a backpack or a bag of holding. So as a bonus action, you draw an item into your hand.
Does that count for like healing potions?
Yep. Timot's Gale. A blusterous power born from the spirit of Mr. Twister, champion of Timot. Create
Is he
an
a sister from
updraft.
another mister?
Create an updraft that carries you into the sky. After you are granted this blessing, you can use an action to create an updraft of wind from the ground, allowing you to soar through the air. The updraft is 50 feet tall and has a 10-foot circular radius starting from your previous location. Upon creating the updraft, the winds immediately throw you 75 feet into the air. If you hit a large object or structure while travelling through the updraft, such as the ceiling of a room, you take bludgeoning damage accordingly and begin to fall from the current altitude. Any light objects or projectiles that pass through or near the updraft are deflected upward and automatically miss. The updraft also puts out any fires, disperses any clouds of gas, as if you were to cast the Windwall spell, and the updraft remains for 1 minute before fading away. You can use this blessing 3 times. Afterwards, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest. Scale from the deep, you can breathe underwater. Bloodlust, as an action, you can make 1 melee weapon attack against all creatures within your reach of your melee weapon. You can perform this once per encounter. Of those blessings that can be bestowed upon you, what would everyone like to take? And then note on their character sheet.
Oh shit!
Fullness
Wait,
body.
do we have
please.
to
Checking
decide
the one on the
now?
last one. Bloodbath? It said once per encounter.
Yeah, it's just once per encounter.
So is it meant to be split up by short rest or just anytime we come up against something?
If you go into combat with something,
Yeah.
you can use it.
And then
The
like
combat finishes, you come up to another combat before you get a short rest, you can use it once.
okay,
So for 1 round in that combat,
I just found that a weird to the order way D&D writes it in, but okay, sure, whatever.
Formless body, please, esteemed god.
you take the form of a formless body. When you sleep, you can change your form to whatever you desire that is humanoid, regardless of size.
Excellent.
So if you suddenly wanted to become a gnome, you could become a gnome. If you suddenly wanted to become a Goliath, you could become a Goliath.
Wait, does that mean you could also choose just to become a giant?
Yeah.
Yep.
Giant.
She can Ant-Man it.
If she's
Yep.
seen one.
Yeah.
No, but she can choose the
I can be
size.
your gnome, like,
So
friend.
Can't
that
she
you
not
make.
just be a tiny human?
Yeah, she
Just
could
yeah,
be-
but
she
or,
could
but
be-
you
control
can
you.
choose to just be like, if we ever come across like a storm giant, just like there's suddenly.
Well, she can take the form of it, but her stats remain the same.
she doesn't get any physical benefits from
If she
it.
has wings, she can't fly.
Okay, but the size changes. You
Yeah,
see,
the size
The
changes.
size changes, but there are no beneficial changes as far as your size is bigger.
The Ant-Man ability kind of will be interesting though, because if you go tiny, you still have your strength, hit points, AC, everything. So you can just like walk into door locks and smash the door from
That's
inside.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go
And
to the anus.
who's Urbag's
Into
like,
Thanos'
evil
anus, yes.
gnome lady?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Olive.
Olive.
So I could just hang out as Olive just to
She's a
troll
halfling.
on like the
you
entire
can, yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
She's a halfling, right?
Yeah.
But you would have to have seen her.
I
I
believe-
don't know
I
you
don't think you
have.
have.
No,
You
I
have.
think that at that
she was
encounter
in
you
the
didn't.
tavern with you
Yeah, with you.
when you were performing, and I was
No.
no.
No, she was
came
in his
into his
room. Yeah, she
At
went to
night
his
when he
room.
was alone.
And he
and
saw
dragged
her
her.
in a suspicious-looking figure in the cloud, but
Yeah,
didn't
but only
actually
he saw
know it
her.
was actually
Yeah.
her.
Oh, I straight up saw her.
Did she not approach you on the street as well when we were around?
No, we saw her on the street. I think my character noticed. Your character noticed.
I think there was like
Some
two
of
or
you noticed,
three
not all of you
and I
noticed.
think it was me, Kevin, Darren. We ignored her, and he was oh shit.
I
So
was
I
like,
have to go through
"Oh,
the
God
logs
damn
just
it."
to check if I can.
Yeah, if you've seen her, you
Yeah.
can go back and watch all 24 episodes
Ah, I should probably
on
should.
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Cool.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can get a custom YouTube URL. Thanks.
It's only 24 hours.
What do everybody pick?
No, it's not. It's like 48 hours.
Nah, that'd be
Excellent.
slightly more than that.
That'd
That'd be
be-
more like 60.
Yeah.
I'll grab that void sight.
Okay.
Okay.
The Void Sight is the Dark Vision Plus.
Yeah, it's
it's,
Dark
well,
Vision
it's,
plus
it's,
now.
it's through magical darkness as
Yeah,
well.
which is really
Yeah,
cool.
which is really
which
good.
is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite. I was. Yeah. Alex.
Do I need to announce it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Torrens Endurance.
Torrens Endurance. It's a good one.
Oh, I'm so torn.
John is going to decline.
Declined to take the bonus.
Yes.
Yes, you can do that if that is how you desire.
What's everyone's move speed?
30.
like everyone's at least 30, right?
Everyone's at
30.
least 30. You're the only
50.
And I'm 25.
Yeah.
I think I should probably take that then.
Okay.
Swift footy, swiftness. What was it?
You get a pair of Nikes.
Yeah, look, I
You
forget
gain
the actual-
blessing
No,
of the fleetness of foot.
Yeah, so I get plus
Walking
10.
and speed increases by 10 feet
So I go from 25
to 35.
35.
That's better than nothing.
I think that's pretty good.
I'll do void sight.
You do void sight?
Yeah, because now I realize that it sees through magical darkness.
Yeah, you know what we
I
can
know
do.
what we can do.
I'll just make sure I hang around you two.
Yes.
You can throw the bomb
Because
of
you
darkness.
throw darkness at once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just darkness on 3 of us. Whoever can see.
People can see through it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I asked Bahamut for one more thing. I am 40 years older. I wish to be restored because an undead minion, hit me and drained my life force.
You're a half elf.
Yeah, but I still care. Like it's
It's
still.
a good
yeah.
request.
It's the vanity.
I mean,
Yeah, it's the vent, and I also still care.
He
being a
has-
bit greedy there.
He has
Yeah.
he
Well-
has half a wrinkle and a possible grey hair.
And I feel that I may have decorated Sasha before I thought about this request because I could have asked her, but now she might say no. So
She'll never know it was you.
Yeah.
that is true also. But does she
Unless
still have that
someone
divination thing?
mentions it.
No more? When she asked
I'd
him
have
what
to
stuff?
I'd have to look at
Okay.
I
See,
think
she could have
she's-
asked.
She still asked him.
Okay. Yeah. Can you just reverse my 40-year aging?
He grants your wish.
Thank you.
It is a small price to pay, and you have sacrificed a lot for this plane. He, Seun steps forward and says, "We are not done with just that.
Oh,
Awesome.
hot damn.
Everybody roll a d10."
Oh my god.
Do we want to go higher?
5 and under, your character dies.
The
9.
10.
5.
I'll get there.
Okay.
eventually.
4.
Which one's the D10?
The one you have.
That one?
Well, that one.
Yeah.
It's a 6.
Does it?
8.
Everybody add that number permanently to your HP.
Yeah.
Fucking 4.
Well, I got a 3.
Yeah, but you've got 5 million HP.
I am a fighter. You are a squishy bard.
Oh, how do we adjust our health on the app?
There should be a way.
Yeah.
Or just run
Down
the
here,
die.
now you just go to. You edit your character, and you just scroll down on the leftmost column, and you can just adjust max hit points.
Nice. Thank you.
Rory steps forward and says, "We have one final gift to offer you.
Is it gold?
We don't deal in anything as meaningless as that.
I
We offer
just
permanent benefits that benefit you far more than
Just-
simple
Well, we haven't made any money
material.
this trip.
well, I was
Yeah.
asking for
Stop
a friend.
offending the gods. They might stop giving out
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
Right,
friend.
sorry. Right. Asking for a friend.
Everybody pick an ability stat that they have on their character sheet.
Do we get to know why
Whether it's
before we pick it?
No.
con, strength, whiz, whatever.
Dex.
I have picked.
What is it?
I pick charisma.
You know what? I pick charisma as well.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Charisma.
Then max maybe.
Everybody
I
is
still haven't picked. I'm sorry. Is it an ability thing?
Ability score,
Yeah,
yeah.
so strength, dex,
Oh,
con,
okay.
intelligence, wisdom.
What you pick?
Con.
I said Dex.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Yeah, it's
Charisma?
charisma. I'll be.
Everybody add a permanent +1.
Excellent.
Oh damn.
So 1 to the score.
1 to the score.
So instead of 11, it'll be 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
which
nothing
means
for
you
me.
go up by +1.
So
Is it,
ability model saving throw, does that change?
Do I need to do
Those-
anything else?
those-
Oh, do it
it'll
automatically.
do those.
Is it evens
Just
or
that,
odds
right?
we
Yeah,
get
already
buffs
asked.
to...
Yeah,
It's
you're good.
On.
Sorry, even.
Even.
It didn't change
When it
anything.
hits even it.
Because you didn't go
So
up
if I go
to
from
a
17
new
to 8.
even level.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 20?
Yeah,
And
every
then-
every even will
Another one to
is a
the
different
all
bracket.
of the bonuses that you get.
I was at 0.
Radio.
So if you go from 17 to 18.
I was at 0.
Does that mean my
And now you're
charisma
one.
becomes a +4?
Yeah. Which means the spell save DC goes up and all the other things that are attached to that.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
If I try and convince people with my forms and stuff, like maybe
Mhm.
it'll be helpful.
It's fine though because level 12 there's another stat increase you could choose
Cool.
if you don't want a feat.
Now that the gods have bestowed their blessings upon you, they thank you for all that you have done for this plane.
Cool.
They are sorry that they cannot do more for you, but hope that you will take these blessings and use them wisely to defend this plane of existence.
I'm super persuasion-y now.
Slightly more.
Yeah, but slightly more puts it as a +12.
It could be a plus 13.
What?
Or you could get double proficiency and it could be even more. But that's feats. Anyway, they thank you and they walk into the crowd, touching random people as they go, and the people's
Sexual
health
harassment.
restores to them.
Panda.
As Timot walks away, he touched Sasha's cheek, and
What cheek?
the marks are removed.
Can we use that like
Good call.
Damn it!
Excellent call right there.
All of the marks are
Which
removed, and he looks back at Rook and winks. And as he winks, he disappears. Once the gods have completely dissipated, and about
I'm just like,
5 seconds have passed, and it's just starting to settle in that you just spoke to gods,
yeah,
and they bestowed blessings upon you,
yeah,
everything unfreezes.
sick.
And then they stop. Oh, they're only cheering because of Kurt.
Now they're cheering
Yeah, because
they
of
killed
Kurt.
They
A
continue
war.
to cheer,
Yeah.
and they run towards you. Bothan walks up to Rook and extends an arm. Well done.
I say thank you for the rescue. We were in need of it.
We were glad we could be here in time. We have made a great victory today, slaying that evil warlock
Yes,
and his
that
hordes of
terrible
goblins.
evil warlock.
Sasha
There's no reason for him attacking us.
runs
at all,
forward
so-
and hugs Urbag.
Yeah. Always with the hugs.
You did it, friend.
Cuddles.
You did it.
I hug back at like knee height
Because you're short.
because I'm short.
Where have you guys been for the last 8 months?
Oh fuck! Someone has to come up with the story, and it probably should be you.
Well, see, my uncle,
The famous uncle?
the famous uncle.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Inquisitive himself.
Oh yeah.
He's been unheard of for the last 8 years. What's he been up to?
Well, you know, he came to us and said, "Hey, there's this." Wait, hang on. Just clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Tome of Secrets is not God Crown.
No.
So
It's
a
Tome
book.
of Secrets
It's a book
is
that
book
held
that can
secrets.
be spoken about.
Yeah.
He
Did they
came.
take away your notes.
She hasn't looked.
He came to us and said, "Hey, I need some help. I've been trying to find this particular book for ages. I have an idea of where it is, but, you know, like, I just need a hand to go and get it." So, you know, us being us, you know us. He offered to pay us.
Hope he's dead.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. And then, you know, like we went with him and we went looking for this book, and then there was this angry guy, and I pointed at the corpse. Is it corpse? There's no corpse?
Well, we could say whilst we were travelling to
Explosion
find the
thing?
book, we came across.
No, this is me speaking.
Speak better.
Roleplay your charisma.
I am.
Your charisma.
So we were looking for this book, and we were deep dark in this forest, and there was this kid and his sister died, and he blamed us, and then he kind of swore vengeance on us and cursed us, and then there was an army, and you know how it goes, right?
So did you keep the cut for the guild? Because you know how we've been talking about how we need to make sure we meet our financial quotas to pay our tax.
Yeah.
He spent it all on a coin.
Look, about
No,
that.
he bought the coin.
Oh.
He bought the lamp.
About
yeah.
about that. Do you want to buy a lamp?
And she looks at you and smiles.
What was the other thing you bought?
I bought everything else and then bought the lamp. There were several other things that I bought
Sasha's smiling. I want to know
The-
why.
because she knows
She
what sort of
understands
person I
Urbag
am.
and
Yeah, she understands
Urbag's
Urbag.
logic.
Actually, what did you sell? That's my question.
Whilst
No, she can't know
No,
about
the
what I
rest of us
sold.
don't know.
Oh God, no!
Family
Oh
jewels.
God!
whilst this is happening, I search my bags for the notes I made from the tome.
Give me a roll. Investigation.
Do I need to roll a charisma roll?
No,
Okay,
you're just talking to a friend.
sick. And she's just like, fucking, there's no money. Great.
It might be like, who the hell is these two people?
20 total.
Well,
20
oh, yeah,
total?
who are
Yeah.
these guys?
With your 20 total, you find no notes. You do find some paper that looked awfully familiar, but has nothing on it. It is blank.
Wait, did she know Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha knew Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all
We
our-
adventured together. We had the great epic battle.
Yeah, where the count snuck into a museum,
Bombed
destroyed
hard.
things, and then Oliver got fired as a result.
So all my notes about the gold crown are just
They're gone.
erased.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the previous episodes before I was involved on YouTube?
The
King Yellow?
King Yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Majority of
So I could watch all that too.
Twitch.
Yep.
and
You could, yes.
Yeah, Twitch did eat some
But
because
yeah.
certain people didn't upload fast enough.
Well, there wasn't. Yeah, no.
It's fine, I don't care
also-
why.
Doesn't matter. At any rate,
And I haven't gotten around to writing a summary for that one yet.
But you wrote
we do
all
have-
of the summaries. For
No.
each
I did.
episode.
No. I've got summaries for every other thing we've done except
No,
King
no,
Yellow.
but no, as in like each episode had a summary. So
Oh yeah, well of this
Yeah, yeah.
campaign,
No,
but not.
and-
no,
Oh.
the last one I wrote them all.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the King
Yeah,
Yellow
he
ones?
wrote
Okay,
and
good.
read
So you've got those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
have everything
okay.
else that comes before as well.
If not, it's all on Hangouts.
Yeah.
At any rate, Sasha looks back to the party and says, "Who are your new friends?"
This is Damal Dalil, who was Ink's adventuring companion when we first encountered Ink. She has proven herself to be of capable adventuring class.
I bow.
High praise from the Rook herself.
Yes.
She is
Pleased to
dependable,
meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Sasha.
and I have
Vanessa.
grown to trust her.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, I've grown to trust her to watch
Yeah.
my back.
Yeah.
Correct. However,
She's addicted to birds.
However,
don't let little animals anywhere near her. That's just a bad
Oh,
idea.
precious things.
Oh, precious things.
I will keep that in mind.
Yes.
that's a story.
That is story for another day.
I surely wait to hear it.
And this is Paladin John, a man who met us at the foot of White Plume Mountain, sent by Saloon
Saying,
Seun to assist us in our journey. I mean, he has proven to be useful, although sometimes he holds himself back, not wanting to step in and save like
everyone.
every.
He's very-
How dare you?
Well, then I
he's quite
remind him
selective.
about that. Yeah, he's quite selective of his battles. There was once where we encountered a merchant being attacked by like commoners, and he didn't want to step in.
Well, that was a distraction from the mission, so I mean.
It's very dedicated.
Yes. And then he distracted himself during the mission by getting drunk in the Druid village near Shimmer Bay and wasting a whole day.
I was waiting for you guys.
No, you left in the night.
Champions are allowed their scruples, alright? Jeez.
I understand the struggles
Of being a pal.
Of being a paladin?
that
It's a hard life.
that adventurers face. But you have done great work today in helping the party. I didn't see you in the fight. What did you do?
I was spiritually there. I was praying to Saloon for strength. Because I knew they wouldn't be able to win the battle on their own.
Offstage buffer.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you beseeched Bahamut. Who knows?
Maybe I did.
I know. I actually do know. Like, legitimately.
You know.
Yo,
Sasha
you've
knows.
written it in.
No, I didn't write it in. We had discussions.
Oh.
Things happened.
Oh, well, fantastic.
Who knows?
So I was not physically there, but I was there.
Well, thank you for your effort in saving my dear friends' lives.
Badass.
They mean a lot to me and a lot to the guild.
Sorry, who are you speaking as now?
Sasha.
Sasha.
Bothan walks up and says, "Now."
Well, just before he does, I'm like, yo. No?
He
Nothing?
gives you a secret handshake.
Yes.
Double tap, fist pump.
It's funny because he's like really short.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Dad.
Now, it is time to party.
Not with the cowards of Overlooked Council, I hope.
Are all of the gods still there?
No, they got
No,
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
is there
bailed
any
a while
loot
ago.
potential
Oh.
at the
They had to
moment?
disappear and then they unfroze everyone else.
Oh.
Is there any loot potential at all?
Like, do we see any valuables on the floor?
Yeah.
Give me investigation rolls.
All the
Fucking three.
investigation all the time.
All the investigation
3
all the
plus.
time.
Oh.
11. Oh,
The
no.
dice!
I got
It
8
won't
total.
come out.
13 total.
13 total.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
With your rolls, you
Fine.
get a very strong feeling
Fuck
that
off.
people plundered while you were too busy chatting.
Yeah.
You were a little bit slow on the chase, but there wasn't anything of great wealth.
That's fine.
Both ends says, first, we must clear Overlook of the remaining goblins,
Cool.
and then we can party.
Great.
So you step forward,
And have a long rest.
and you party. You clear out Overlook of the remaining goblins.
Man, I love killing me some goblins.
Where did all the Master Craftsmen, did they get returned back or were they still kidnapped by Kurt?
As of this point, immediately after the battle, you have no idea.
Okay.
They
Hey
have
guys,
not
do you still
returned.
have your dolls?
Mine's in my like magic dimensional glove.
Mm.
Do you wish to search for said dolls?
I'm searching.
Oh god, I'll search.
I will not find anything.
What'd you roll?
3 on the dice.
Yep, you find your doll.
Does it look the same?
It looks similar, but dissimilar.
How dissimilar?
It
Ooh.
looks
Yeah, no, it does.
more.
Does it feel like it's staring at him?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the haunting eyes of a creepy doll staring at you as you walk across the room.
Okay.
It has button eyes, and it seems to be stuffed with straw and made of a Hessian-like material.
As a terrible person, I go, I know 2 children at Sunhome who might like this. I put it back in the bank.
I rolled a 13.
You find your doll. It
Yeah.
has the same sort of appearance. It's Hessian. It's more like child's
Chucky.
doll-like.
I put it on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I take out my wand of scorching ray.
Yeah.
And I kill it with fire.
It is killed with fire.
Excellent.
There is no doll.
I would keep mine. I might have loved you later.
Mine tried to stab me 1 too many times.
Yeah, yours is
Yeah, yours is
different.
the only one that saved you.
Yeah. I
It
thought it was
being
kind of
burnt
genius that I
with
tried to be
fire.
sensitive.
What-
Yeah.
You're not gonna
You
look
work
for
out.
yours, Alex?
Do I even know I have a lot?
He's
You
never
could- you-
searched or
you-
found
you-
it.
You've never
Oh no,
searched.
you know because
It-
something
it
came out and
attacked you.
stabbed you. Yeah.
But I was the fire elemental.
Yeah, and it was
Ah,
stabbing you.
yeah.
It was stabbing you from inside.
Did I know
So-
what was stabbing me?
Yeah.
You don't know what was stabbing you. You can look if you want, but you don't have to.
Nah.
I think
I just
John,
ate a bad
Later
time.
on, you're just gonna find a random.
John never got one.
I think John is a little miffed that Saloon left without saying goodbye.
Not as favoured
She
as you
said
think.
goodbye.
Well, I
She
mean,
was like,
not
"Thank you."
directly.
He wanted a
no.
personal
Oh,
hug.
not-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So John's just gonna, he's just gonna walk off into the sunset.
Into the sunset.
Is
or
the
into
sunset
the
it?
town. Into the town.
No, he's gonna walk off.
He's gonna walk off.
He's just gonna leave. He's gonna do a casual kind of wave goodbye,
Solo Man waves as he walks off into the distance.
and he's just gonna walk off
Okay.
on
That's
his own.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can walk off on your own.
John is mad. He's sulky.
He's a little sulky, yeah.
Yeah.
The rest
Can
of
you make it awkward where the sun is setting in the same direction we're walking? We all walk in the same.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, see you guys, and it's like we just awkwardly walk in the same direction.
Yeah.
They
No,
had
you
to
kinda
be
get
at
to
work.
that
That
weird-
happens to me.
You kind of
Right.
get to that
Yeah.
weird T junction, and it's like straight to the town, or like 45-degree angle
To the sun.
to the sunset to go around the corner. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, John's satisfied that the mission is complete.
Yep.
He's done his job, so he's off on his own again.
Yep, you can wander off on your own.
Yep.
The rest of the party go to town. And
Oh man, I want to kill me some goblins, and then I
let's
want to
kill
drink
some
some
goblins.
fucking piss.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Give me
Have a
general
couple.
investigation roll.
15.
Also 15.
20.
You find several goblins. You are quite easily an adept at slaying said goblins.
Mhm.
You slaughter them into
Into
tiny little pieces of mess.
Yeah.
They have 2 copper on them each.
How many of them are there?
Let's say you each slay 10,
Excellent.
So
I
you
have
get
10 copper.
20
copper,
copper.
Yeah.
which is the equivalent of 2 silver.
Buy me some brownies.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brownie money.
Right there.
The brownie shop's just gonna return. Like, it's gonna be a returning theme.
So, you carry on to the pub.
Yeah,
Everyone gets shit-faced and parties.
Yes. Does Dionysus show up?
Is there
he should.
anything anybody else would like to do
Before the adventure
before the
ends?
screen fades to black?
Oh, Damal has an epiphany after being racked with,
Guilt for killing a raven?
well, guilt after killing a raven and, like, being two-sided about whether she wants to be good or wants to be bad, or it's decided that she kind of likes the neutral thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty cool with staying on with these guys who seem a little bit more good than bad. She's decided that she might stick with what she's been,
It's debatable.
trained in. A little bit. I'm not giving that much credit.
Yeah.
And that she's going to hang around, even though she thought about striking out on her own again. She's feeling okay. A little bit unstable still. But
I high
feeling
five
okay.
Sasha and go, it's your turn to take care of this bunch of terrible people.
Whoa!
I will have a
Hey.
rest at the guild hall and maintain the B team.
I'm offended
So
that you
I'm-
call me a
I'm
person.
tagging
I do
in.
not identify as a
Yeah, I'm
person.
tagging out so that Sasha gets tagged in for the next.
She will accept your tag in.
Yeah.
She will lean in and say the paperwork gets rather dreary.
Yeah.
I employed a couple of people to sort that, so enjoy those mojitos that I left there.
I'll probably
I-
spend time
I-
chopping down trees and building something.
It's
like,
time. It's time to stretch my
Yeah,
legs.
Rook no like paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
Rook's
say-
a lawyer.
Yes, that is true as well.
Ah.
Good point. Yes.
Doesn't mean he has to like
Yeah,
paperwork.
doesn't have to like it.
Ah.
I can just like yell objection all the time and not.
Objection.
You should have taken.
I warn you.
You should have taken the
Yeah,
no
I know.
thing. So
No,
No.
objection. You replace no.
Man,
with
I would win
objection.
every law case. Just like no.
They're like,
okay, I see your point.
Jury overridden. Done.
Is your client guilty? No. It just makes. I
Okay.
said, should the paladin John, ever come back? Just keep an eye on him. He's a bit wild, that one.
I will.
Like these, the rest of them know how to kind of work together now.
as is a time-honored tradition for soldiers that are missing in action, I buy a bottle of wine to leave on the mantle at the pub.
Yep.
For ink. If he returns.
What's the name of the pub?
It's the same one you were at before, the Salty Tavern.
Yeah.
No, yeah. With the brownie shop just down the road.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The brownie shop is currently not open.
Oh, got ravaged.
It appears to have been ravaged quite severely by goblins.
Do I have a picture of ink?
You would.
Yeah, can we just, like, for flavour?
Yeah.
And I leave the picture with the bottle.
Yep, you can do that.
Sick.
And then pour one out for your homies.
I always pour one out for my homies.
Okay. Nothing else anybody else wants to do?
I get smashed and smacked.
no.
Can't think of any other loose ends.
I'm just gonna
At
beat
least
everyone
loose
up a
ends
little
that you
bit.
wanted to try.
Yeah, any other loose ends? Did we leave someone to die or?
Oh, there are several of those loose ends.
Damal gets
Yeah.
aggressive when she's drunk, so she's gonna be a bit aggressive.
Well,
Is
I
that a
can't-
Demal thing or is that a Claire thing?
Claire gets flirting when she's drunk.
And also aggressive.
Well, just
But, like,
forward.
flirty and
Aggressively.
Really
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
As the screen fades to black on the party enjoying their well-earned party time,
Yeah.
Frivolity.
we hear the sound of hammering. We cut to the inside of a forge where we see a heated metal object. As it pulls out and spins around, we look across at a blackboard marking a series of different types of metals with percentages alongside, and some arcane words and phrases partially solved. We shift then to a blacksmith who dumps the block of heated metal into a barrel of some dark substance, and it whistles, weens, and bubbles away in the water. As it does so, he wipes the sweat off his brow and calls out, "I think it's ready to be tested. Let's see if we've matched the remnants."
I made some poor decisions.
And that is where we will finish the Tome of Secrets.
Does the party see that?
No.
No, it's like an end scene.
This is an
Sneak
end scene,
peek.
And-
separate
and
sneak peek at.
And somewhere you just hear. Copyright.
Should we do character building and film it?
Nah.
Nah, it's
Nah,
boring.
it's all
It's
boring
super
math
boring.
stuff.
Alright, so that's
End of.
the end of the campaign adventure. So we're gonna have a few weeks off
Yep.
From main campaign stories,
From main campaign stories.
We may do some
random adventures.
random adventures. There's some actual Wizards D&D product that Daron's got that you wanted to look at and get into.
I don't think we'll bother streaming that.
You want to stream it?
I
Okay.
don't know.
But like, yeah. So, but the stream may or may not be around for. the
Look at
rest
your
of this
camera when
month.
you're talking.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm trying to remember.
What he's trying to say is, join us at the end of March for the next campaign.
Yeah, that-
Echoes of a Lost Light.
Oh, it's got a name!
Yeah!
Echoes of a Lost Light. Did you just think of that?
No,
No,
I
is
was
it-
thinking about it for the past 3 weeks, and then I came up with something
Echoes of
to
a
describe
lost
what you
life.
guys will be going through in the next campaign,
Man, that's sick.
without giving away too much. Because like when I titled the previous one, "The King in Yellow," if you knew
Everyone
what I
was
talking
like,
about,
"No,
ah,
it's
damn."
the
Lovecraft.
thing."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
Okay.
let's. Do we set a date?
Ooh, it'll be difficult. It's too far out.
Okay, we're gonna set a date and then we'll post it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
All of the things.
All of the things.
All right. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you for
joining
joining
us. It's been great.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Please.